to be doing a homeschool video. I have not done a homeschool video in quite a while. This is Christmas break, actually, 2018, and I have a junior and I have a fourth grader that I'm homeschooling right now. I had my oldest graduated last year, and I have another, an older son that's actually in school right now. But I want to do a quick review on The Good and the Beautiful. I've done a review last year, or earlier in the spring of this year actually, level 3 of The Good and the Beautiful's language arts curriculum, and we have completed level 3 and actually started on level 4 with my son. Level 4 is just a little bit different, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that. And I'm also going to share with you how we have incorporated The Good and the Beautiful history and science units into our homeschool, and how we have been able to use those two in our co-op, and how it's working with The Good and the Beautiful. But on to level 4, language arts. Level 4, it's a little bit different. Like I said, it's more self-led versus level 3, which is more of a parent-led. The student in level 4, it has instructions that they follow. It has a lot of read aloud to your parent or to your teacher. But we love how the lessons are still just, everything is right there incorporated for us. There's also a creative avenue along level 4 that the student can do, as well as the lesson. There's like an art kind of lesson that goes along with that. We haven't delved into that as much as I would have liked to have, just because for the sake of time. But we have done a little, but not as much as I would like to. But that's what's so beautiful about this curriculum. It's written to where you can choose what you think is going to work best for your family and go with it, and that's what we love about it. But level 4, it starts, this is just an example. One lesson may start out with spelling words, but it doesn't just say write these spelling words 10 times each. It may tell them to draw a word ribbon with all 4 or 5 or however many spelling words it is. And a word ribbon is just where, you know, you swirl the words around like this, and so they're practicing the spelling words and they don't even realize it because they're doing a word ribbon. Or it challenges them to do like the step, like if you're spelling the word word, just for instance, the first line you would write W, the second line you'd write W-O, and then the next line W-O-R, and the next line W-O-R-D. Obviously, 4th grade words are bigger than word, but I was just using that as an example. So that's the way the spelling section will be, and then it'll also challenge them to look at the word, cover the word up, and write it. Check the word and see if you got it correct, and if you didn't get it correct, to correct it. So I really like how the spelling aspect of level 4 is being incorporated, and there's also books that are incorporated in each lesson that are actually in the material that the child reads, and there's questions that go along with it. And my son is still enjoying using The Good and the Beautiful. We're just on level 4 now, so it's changed just a little bit, but we still love how the curriculum is written, and I love it because it's self-led for him. So he's able to just sit down and go to work and just say, hey mom, if I need to help him, I help him, I assist him. But, and he reads aloud to me a lot, because that is written in the curriculum to read aloud to your parent, and I think I've already said that. But, so level 4, we're just as pleased with level 4 language arts as we were with level 3. And I'm excited as we continue to move up level by level. And he's actually a 4th grader, and he just started level 4 middle of probably around end of October, 1st of November. We completed level 3, and then I just went ahead and started him on to level 4. And again, level 4 I have been able to just download it for free from jennyphillips.com. And since we just started it in November, I've only downloaded enough lessons for 1 week at a time. Well, I've downloaded the whole thing, but I'm only printing enough for 1 week at a time. And before we start back for Christmas, after Christmas break, I will be actually ordering the printed, just because I feel like I can keep up with it a little bit better, and I'm not at the last minute like, oh, did I print the lesson for this week? And it's Sunday night at 10:30 and I haven't printed the next week's lesson. So the convenience of having the printed version is why I'm going to go ahead and order that pre-printed version. And I can't print it for as cheap as it would cost me to just order it directly from her site. I really feel like the prices are they're great for what you get, and I'm not, this is not an advertisement. I'm not being paid to do this by The Good and the Beautiful. I'm not being give it anything. I just love the curriculum. So just wanted to share a little bit about that. And then something that we have done this year in the local area that I'm in is we have officially started a co-op this year. And this is our first year as a co-op. And one of the things that's been most exciting is I discovered the Good and the Beautiful, and I shared it with some other moms that were involved in the co-op. And we have been able to use the history and science units in our co-op. Now, we did email the company and get special, there's this, you'll need to email them and talk to them about what you need to do to be able to use it at a co-op, because we didn't want to feel like we were stealing curriculum and one person purchased it and 50 people use it. So we did contact them, and they told us what we needed to do, and we wanted to honor them with that. So we only have, in the grade levels right now, we have first, second, third grade together, and there's probably 10 students someday, most weeks 10 to 12 students in that class, and we're doing first, second, and third grade together. But what we're doing is we're only meeting one day a week, and the way we took the curriculum for the whole year and broke it down how many weeks we were going to meet, and so it just kind of averaged out to be like 2 lessons a week. And we have one teacher that has agreed to be the parent-led teacher for that class, and she teaches 2 history lessons and 2 science lessons a week. Now, there are some weeks, depending on how intense the lessons are, that they don't get completely finished with those lessons, so parents bring it home and finish the lesson. Now, at home, we are responsible for any extracurricular read alouds that go along, because the history and the science both suggest read aloud. So you get to, as the parent, you get to pick what you want to use to go along with the already written curriculum. And she gives suggestions in the curriculum, so that I love that. But we're doing History 1 this year, and it's really working out great, because in the classroom setting, they're able to do any worksheets that are in the lessons, as well as several of the lessons have audio that come with them, so they're able to listen to the audio together and answer questions. So it's fun and challenging for the children. And then in science, we've already completed the meteorology unit, and now we're on the water unit as well, and I think we completed that as well. So that is something that maybe if you're part of the co-op that you can look at and adding to, but it works great. We meet one day a week, and the students are able to basically complete their science and history for the week, and then what's not completed in the class, it's communicated to the parents, and then we as the parents do any extracurricular or add-ons, or finish what was not finished in class, maybe the science experiments and things like that. But I love how the curriculum is so flexible, and it's so doable to be done at home completely, or to be done in the co-op setting. This is the science and history that I'm talking about as far as in the co-op setting. So I have been very well pleased with how it's worked for my family, for my son in the co-op setting. He's really enjoyed it, and it's really user-friendly. I mean, like, for instance, if the lady that's not going to be there is sick, and she calls me on Tuesday morning and she says, "Hey, I'm not going to make it today, I'm sick," the curriculum is so easy that I don't have to fret. I can just open it up, and it tells me what I need to do. It'll say, read this to the child, discuss these questions. So if you haven't had a chance to look at her science and history, be sure that you do that. There are samples on the website that you can look at for each level of history. The history is in levels. There's 4 levels, and you complete a 4-year cycle, and then you start back over. So it's a great investment, especially if you have multiple children, and they can learn together, because there's extensions that you can use from first grade all the way up to high school with this curriculum. So it's a great investment as far as being able to use it again, or even implement elementary and high school students together. So that I really am pleased with how that works. And then the science, they're on a unit base. So like I said, we've done 2 different units so far, and those don't extend all the way up into high school, but they extend up into like junior high. So like if you have elementary and junior high students, they can work together on the same science, and there are suggestions in there for if they're upper level elementary or even junior high that you can do. So I really want to encourage you, if you have not looked at the science and history, to take a look at the science and history, because I love how she's written it. You don't need 10 books to complete history with. You don't need 10 books to complete science with. You have your book, your lesson that comes with it, and then there's like just in the history there's the teacher's manual, and then there's a little like storybook that comes with it, and then you print out what you need for what level children, a little packet that would be their worksheets for the year. And it's not a lot of things to print. I've had some that we printed for like first and second grade, and then it's for third and fourth grade. And the difference for that one may be like the first and second grade is printing, and maybe the upper level may have some cursive writing on the worksheets, just to kind of challenge the children with that. But you as the parent, you can choose what's going to work for your child. So I just really wanted to come on and just say how well pleased that we are with the level 4 language arts. And now that this is, I'm halfway through with the history 1, and we've completed 2 science units, and how well pleased that I have been, and how well written the curriculum is, and how easy it is. It's just open and shut. You can open, like I said, if our teacher's going to be out at our co-ops, someone can just pick up the teacher's book, open it up, and start. And there's not a lot of prepping or things that you need. And one of the things that I do like is for instance, my son, in one of his English language lessons, he was going to need something for an activity that was like 3 lessons later, or maybe a week later in lessons, and it let him know at the end of that lesson that he was going to need X, Y, and Z for a lesson that was like 5 or 6 days ahead. So it gives you a time to prepare and to know that, hey, you're going to need this for lesson 20 when you get to it, and you may be on lesson 14 or 15. So I really like how things are laid out in the curriculum like that for you. So like I said, I have not done a homeschool video in a long time, so I just wanted to kind of update those of you that do follow me here for the homeschool aspect on my channel, that that's what we're doing as far as history, science, language arts. And language arts include spelling, reading, geography, and then for math this year, I will add that we have added teaching textbooks this year for his math, because he's 4th grade, and it's they now offer it online. And one of the reasons that I had not gone with teaching textbook for him yet was because it still was requiring the CD-ROM, and it was hard for us to keep up with if we were on the go and moving a lot, the CD, the book, and so forth. So now everything that he does is online. He can do it on a tablet, he can do it on the computer. He could even probably do it on my phone if I were to need him to. But we really enjoy teaching textbooks and how well it's working and how accessible it is for him. And if we are on the go and out and about, he's got it right there with him on the tablet. So it works really well, and we've been well satisfied with teaching textbooks, as well as all the Good and the Beautiful curriculum that we're using. The Good and the Beautiful has not gone forth that high in math yet, and I know already this year she's added some new things. So I'm watching the website and subscribe to her email, so anything that comes out, I know about it. So I'm watching the website, and as she's adding new things, I'm always excited and looking at what she's doing. And we're also doing handwriting. They have a really nice handwriting curriculum. It's not very hardcore intense. It's just very thorough. It's like a page a day just to help encourage and just practice a lot of the handwriting. So I've really enjoyed the handwriting also that Jenny Phillips has developed on the Good and the Beautiful. So anyway, again, just an update on our little homeschool journey and how we're doing. And I'll be back again later with an update as things progress. Thanks for watching.